The ingredients are introduced at the end of this video. Put some flour all over the counter and make a circle shape. You're gonna make a little hole in the middle. This is where you're gonna put your eggs and any flavors you wanna make. So add the eggs, the olive oil, salt and pepper, and any spices or flavor that you're gonna make. So in this recipe we made normal egg pasta, tomato paste pasta, and spiced pasta, which was some shredded rosemary and basil. You can also make spinach pasta. You just need to boil the spinach, thaw it, and then shred it, and then you just put it in the middle with the eggs. With a fork you're gonna start mixing very well the eggs. And slowly you're gonna scrape a bit of the flour from the walls and place it on top of the eggs and mix again. You're always mixing with the fork. You're gonna repeat this step until the eggs start to thicken. When they're slightly thick, stop using the fork, cover it with flour, and you're gonna start using your hands. You're gonna knead the dough while rolling inside the flour. The general rule is to use 1 egg for like 1/6 of an eighth of a cup of flour. A cup is usually a bit too much of flour. You can start feeling the thickness of the dough once you start kneading. If you feel it's already thick enough, then take it away from the flour and knead it on a clean surface. When the dough is kneaded, you're gonna cover it with plastic wrap and you're gonna let it sit for a good 20 minutes. So you can start rolling with your pasta machine if you have one, or you can roll it by hand. Basically, if you're gonna roll it by hand, you need to roll it like in a rectangle shape to the desired thickness of the noodle. Then with a pizza cutter you can cut some pasta shapes like fettuccine or anything. But for today we're making lasagna, so just rolling it flat is fine. So if you're using the pasta machine, so you're first going to put some flour around the dough so that it doesn't stick to the pasta machine. You're going to set the machine to the thickest setting and roll it out. Take the long rolled out dough and cover it one last time with flour all over, or else when you're going to roll it again it's going to stick again. Roll it out to one setting smaller each time. You're going to keep on doing this until you have reached the desired thickness of your noodle. Now if I wanted to make spaghetti or fettuccine, I would cut it with the pasta machine, but today we're making lasagna noodles, so we don't need to do that. Just unroll the dough and cut the desired length that will fit your lasagna deep dish. My dish was about 30 centimeters long and 25 wide, so 2 sheets of lasagna per layer was perfect. Slice the onions and garlic. In a large fry pan, add some olive oil and add the onions and garlic and saute them for a little while. Slice the mushrooms. Now, I'm actually not going to put the mushrooms in the sauce. You can if you want to, but I actually like to have like a layer of mushroom in the lasagna without sauce. That's my own preference, but you can do whatever you want. Add the ground beef and cook well. Once it's browned all over, you're going to add the tomato cans, the tomato paste, and all the spices you have. Simmer on low heat for 30 minutes. You're going to slice the spinach in half and you're going to put it in a pot of boiling water. Once it's ready, you can thaw it, and we're going to use it once we start making the lasagna. While the sauce is cooking, we're going to make the cheese sauce. In a small pot on medium heat, you're going to add the butter and you're going to let it melt. You're going to add the flour and you're going to mix really well together with like a silicone spatula. You're going to slowly add the milk, 1/4 cup at a time, and mixed really well each time so that there's no flour bumps. When you have added all of the milk, you're going to sprinkle some nutmeg and some salt into the sauce. You don't have to use salt if your cheddar is really salty, but mine isn't very, so that's why I'm adding salt. Turn off the heat and add the shredded cheddar cheese a little at a time so that it can have time to melt evenly. If you have a block of cheddar cheese, you have to shred it because chunks of cheddar cheese will take too long to melt. The sauce is done once all of the cheese is in it. So you're going to preheat the oven to 390 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. From here on out, you can put the ingredients in whatever order you wish, but here's what I did. I put a bit of olive oil and a bit of tomato sauce at the bottom so that the first layer of noodles wouldn't stick to the pan. So you're going to put the first layer of noodles and you're going to cover it with sauce and then cover them again with layers of noodles. Over the noodles, you're going to cover with some ricotta cheese and then spread the mushrooms all over. Cover with more lasagna noodles. Add some tomato sauce and the thawed spinach and cover with lasagna noodles. Spread some of the cheese sauce over the noodles and cover with lasagna noodles. Cover with more tomato sauce and then more lasagna noodles. You're going to spread the mascarpone cheese all over and cover it with sliced black olives. These are optionals. If you don't like olives, feel free to not use them, but I love olives. Cover with some more lasagna noodles. Cover with more tomato sauce, spread the shredded cheese all over and sprinkle some parsley on top. And then you're going to pour a bit of water on the sides of the noodles. This is to prevent them from drying when they bake. If there's no space, you can put some water on top, doesn't matter. As long as there's a bit of water, or if your tomato sauce was really watery, then it's fine. Then you're going to bake it in the oven for 45 minutes. When it's done, take it out of the oven and let it rest for 15 minutes. If you eat it right away, like everything's gonna fall apart, so you need to let it rest for a good 15 minutes so that the ingredients kind of like solidify and stick to each other. And then you can enjoy eating it.